Heads up. Hello everyone, Dan14 Prime here. I want to drop a heads up video today for all you Hot Toys Star Wars fans out there. Hot Toys has released from the Mandalorian the Scout and Speeder Bike set with the child figure here. I'm out here on Sideshow. Link down in the description below. Jump out, get your order in, check out the pics. Any shopping you do through the links below. It just supports the channel at no cost to you, and I do very much appreciate that. Click down just a lower level here, so you can see you can get the Scout Trooper separate for $220, or you can get kind of the set, for $455. Just go in on this guy and check it out. So here you got the Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike set, $455. Again, as seen in the Disney Plus Mandalorian TV series. I tell you, this series is getting like the most Hot Toys figures I think any TV series has ever gotten already, and it's really just begun. So it's estimated to arrive second quarter 2021 next year. Let's just jump in on this, and I'll just call out the differences versus the base figure here. So again, you get the speeder bike here, and it's all weathered. It's all white, worn out, right? Doesn't have that nice brown and black look from Return of the Jedi, so it's all worn and white. And then you've got the Scout Trooper, just heavily worn and dusted, weathered sort of look across him. I tell you, I love Hot Toys vehicles. Whenever I have the chance to pick them up, I do. I wish they would make so many of the ones that they actually tease and never do make. This was a great scene in the show. Just these two Scout Troopers just playing off each other. A couple of working hard or hardly working kind of guys. Definitely some nice comic relief. So this piece here, you can see it comes with, of course, the bike, which is on this rocky display base with this flexible pole. Of course, also exclusive to this set, you will get the satchel in the child. You only get that in this set. It will not come with the figure standalone. And I think the figure's got good articulation. They call out the regular 30 points of articulation. And just when you look at, the underlying suit and how it's sort of armored up, it looks like it's going to move and pose just fine and work on that bike, as you can see here, with no issues and probably in a number of different poses. Of course, key to the Scout Trooper, you get the little pistol here. Very cool little gun. Always loved that when I was a kid from the Return of the Jedi Scout Troopers. Of course, if you want to recreate the whole scene, you'll pick up a couple of these and, of course, get your IG unit there. And I think what's great here, it looks like the IG unit will fit on that speeder bike as well, just like from the TV show. And there you've got a nice shot of the child. Again, it's going to be very small, but looks pretty well sculpted and painted. And there's a bit of a better shot of him, again, only available in this set. Get the little guy in the satchel to put him in. They go through some of the nice details on the bike. And jump out, check out the pics for yourself, but just some of the details and some of the wear effect here. The gun here, I believe that pulls up and down, all looks very cool. The flaps in the back, the foot pedals, all very well done. The gun goes in the biker's kind of foot holster. Some nice close-up shots here of the controls and the console. Looks very cool. And then here we've got the overall rack up. Of course, your figure is going to get a base for standalone if you're just doing that. Getting the bike, you get this rocky base with the pull, 7 hands, 3 sets, and then 1 special for holding the gun in the right hand. And there you see the pistol. A lot of pics here of just the weathering of this guy. It's the big thing that's going to separate this version of the Trooper versus your Return of the Jedi version. This is just heavily weathered. And here they show all of the pics of the bike, and of course the exclusive, if you will, the child figure. So for me, I love it. I just want it to be done in Return of the Jedi. And this is basically there. So when you look at the figure here, it's heavily painted and weathered, obviously. But to get back to Return of the Jedi, it's more or less an exercise of maybe moving up this belt and padded section. Needs to come up more through the midsection. Of course, he needs to just be cleaner and more white. And here, why don't I just show you a little screenshot of Return of the Jedi here. They're super clean and white. You've got the middle section with the pouches up high. And then maybe the chest is at a different angle. It's hard to tell because the paint just might be doing that on the Mandalorian figure. But it looks like it's more of a angled effect there. Versus I will say here it looks more flat angle coming to the bottom. But again, it could just be the paint or the angle of the pics. But more or less, it's there. This is going to be Return of the Jedi. Pretty obvious. They'll clean it up. Paint this guy white. Paint this thing brown. More or less just do the opposite of what they've done here. And we'll have that Return of the Jedi set, and for me, that's what I want. I'm collecting more of the classic 6-scale Star Wars figures. And yeah, this will be dope. This will be dope once it gets into that. So I'm excited for it. It's just not quite the right one yet for me. But with this coming out, we know it's ready and available, and hopefully this year yet that PO will go up for the Return of the Jedi Trooper and bike, and I'll be all set. I gotta say, for $455, it's pricey, For example, coming back to this DX set, it was $405. You got a speeder, a DX Darth Maul, with 2 head sculpts and tons of extra accessories. But I will say I think this speeder is overall just much simpler design to execute than what we have with the new speeder bike. But, more expensive overall. But then also, if you look at the Sideshow piece, their speeder bike alone is like $330. If you put a figure they used to have on top of that, $200, you'd be more like, $530. So I think it's reasonably priced. If anything, I think the standalone figure at $220 may be a bit steep, but I mean, for $10-20, you're not going to complain a lot, right? So high price point, but overall, I think it's a pretty good value. So what about you? Are you down with all the Mandalorian stuff and looking to pick up all the different pieces they've released? Or are you like me, waiting for the Return of the Jedi deco of this to pick it up? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. Again, links down in the description below. Sideshow, my Instagram, Amazon, other things like that down there. Definitely check me out on Instagram, same handle, Dan14Prime. And again, any shopping you do through the links below. It supports the channel, no cost to you. So I do appreciate that. All right, thanks for checking out on this heads up video and these relatively slow collection times. Hope you and yours are staying safe, and I will see you next time.